Hi, you guys. I want to show you how to make a book on Book Creator. You're going to be creating a mini Cognate dictionary. So up here, I'm going to go to New Book. I'm going to choose how I want my book to look. You could do a graphic novel type, or you could come up here and do a traditional book. I like the landscape. So what I'm going to do now is this is my cover. You can see up here at the top, it says cover. So I want to label my dictionary. So I'm going to go here to the plus key. These two keys are the ones you're going to use most frequently. So I go to the plus. I'm going to go down to text. I can import pictures through Google. I can take pictures, camera. I can write on here with a pen, text, or even record. So I'm going to press text and I'm going to title my dictionary, Mini Spanish Cognate Dictionary. And I'm going to press done. So the font comes up and it's ugly and it's little. And if I drag this, it's not going to change the size of my font like it does in our Google Docs or in our Google Slides. So what I need to do is go to the eye. The eye is inspector. I press on there and here I can adjust the size of my font. So I just slide this across, bigger, smaller, and I get one that I like. I want to change that font. They have lots of options here, a ton of really cool ones. So you can play around with that a little. I wouldn't, spend too much time, but maybe I want, nope, I don't like black. All right, I'm going to choose graduate. Okay, that one's fine. So now I have my title. I'm going to go back with this little arrow because I want to keep working with these functions. And I could center it here in the middle of my page by using the center mark. And I can add a background. I can change the color of my font. So I'm going to add a background. Now my problem is I'm in my text box and I want to add a background around my text box. So I'm going to click first out of my text box. Then I'm going to go back into Inspector. If I would have done it inside of my text box, it would have changed my inside of my text box a color, which is awesome too, but it's not what I wanted to do. Now I can go and they have a ton of different backgrounds. I can do textures or patterns. I can even have a border around it. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a border and I'm going to choose, let's say this one. So it's going to give me a border around my dictionary. I can again click back. I can go to the inside if I wanted my inside to be patterned. Oops. So again, I can change it out and do, find one that I like. Now I can't see my title, which is going to be a problem. So I would have to go back up, click the text box, and then that I would want to change a background color. And I'd probably put maybe the white there. And that sticks out a lot. So my mini Spanish Cognate dictionary. The next thing I want to do is tell you who it's from or who wrote it. So I'm going to go to my plus again, do my text. I'm going to write for, which means by, and then Sharon. Oops, it would help if I spelled my name right. Sharon and then B. And I press done. That wouldn't look good up there, so I can drag my text box down here to the bottom. Again, you can't see it. That would be a problem. So I go up to the eye. I'm in my text box, so I can press my background and I want it white. And then I can change my font again if I wanted to. So I did graduate, so I'm going to look for the same one. You don't want to change your font, to too many different styles, but you want it to just look good, really. All right, there you go. I probably now want to add a picture onto the title page or the cover, excuse me, of my book. So again, I'm going to go up to the plus. This time I'm going to import. I want to now get a picture. So what I want to do is just put letters. Oops. Letters of alphabet. Now I tried putting in Spanish letters of the alphabet, didn't work. So I'm just going to, out of trial and error, know that I'm only going to get these letters, but unless you're really looking closely, people won't really notice. I like this one here. I'm going to add it. Too big. So what I have to do, again, is click on it, and then I'm just going to adjust the size so it looks cool on my cover. There you go. I like the way it looks right there. And there is the title page of my book. So now I'm going to go press the arrow and I'm on my second page. Each page of your book should have the following. You're going to have the big letter and it should be in alphabetical order that you're doing. So of course I'm going to choose the letter A. Again, text, write the letter A and press done. Again, not the size or anything. This A, we want it to be really big. So I'm going up to Inspector And this time I'm just going to drag it and make it a really big letter A. 250 is as big as you can get, and that's what I want. Next, I need a word in Spanish that has the letter A. That's a cognate. So I know animal is one. So I'm going to type the word animal, press done. Going to go down, put it down here, because up here I want to put a picture. Now I forgot to adjust the font, so I can go back, and you can always clean this up later as well, but I like to do it now because I tend to forget to do it later. So I'm going to make it the same text that I've been using. I go and click on the animal text box. I want that a little bigger, not too much bigger. I don't want it as big as my letter, but I want people to be able to see it. And again, I change my font to what I chose, Graduate. Should have picked one close to the top. It would have taken shorter. All right. It doesn't matter if it extends out of your text box either. All right. So now I have the letter A. My word in Spanish is animal. I could have written accidente. They don't have to be an exact cognate. It can be any kind of cognate that we've learned. And will have access to a document that lists a whole bunch of different cognates based on the letter of the alphabet. Well, what's my thing? What's my page missing now? A picture, right? And background and all those extra things. So what I'm going to do, go back up here to the plus. Again, to get an image, you're going to go to import. Up here, I'm going to type animal in Spanish. And I can choose an animal. I'm going to choose this one with a whole bunch of them. The nice thing is a lot of the pictures here, they've taken away the background, so they look really good in your book without, the color in the background. So there we go, animal. Go up to inspector. I need to do, and I didn't love that one. So maybe now I'm going to change it and I'm going to go to just a border that I can see better. So there we go. So my first one's done, animal, and then a picture. So another example, one more. For B, I'm going to do a giant letter B, go up to the plus, go to text, just the big letter B, press done. Again, too small, so I'm going to inspector. On these letters, it's best just to drag it. If it looks good on your page, all the way to the biggest it goes. Again, I've been using Graduate. I want to continue that on. You could change the font, I guess, on each of your pages if you wanted to, but you don't want it to look sloppy. You want it to look nice and neat too. So make sure whatever you're doing, it just looks cool. So I've got the big letter B. Now I needed to go to my little page and I look up a word that starts with the letter B, and I found one, and it is bebe. Now, bebe has an accent on that second E, and that's part of spelling, so I need to make sure that I get that there. So now I drag bebe down to the front, down to the bottom. I press italicize. This time I don't want it as big, remember, like we did with the letter A, but I want it for animal, but I want it big enough that people can see. I change my font once again. So it is a little bit of work, but once you get the hang of it, it goes quite quickly, very honestly, unless I'm not finding Graduate. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sorry, you have to watch this. Okay, there we go. Graduate. All right. So bebe, and then again, I'm going up to the plus, and I'm going to find a picture of a baby. Now, I want a cartoon baby. I want a cute little cartoon baby, not like a real picture. So I'm going to write cartoon baby. I don't have to put it in Spanish. It might not come up. And I like this little guy here, so I'm going to add him. Now, remember, you have to adjust the sizing of your pictures and everything, and you have to adjust where your letters are. And I want him just a little smaller. He looks a little scary that big. So I'm going to just move him around till I get it to where it represents the page I want it to. Again, to put a border or background, I press I. Make sure you're in that solid part. If I go here, it's going to it's going to color just where my text is. And I want it to color the background, so I'm going to press the background, make sure that's where it's going to color. And again, I would choose a background. And there's my second slide done. Bebe. And I've got my picture. So you're going to continue on with your book. I hope you have fun making your mini Spanish Cognate book.